Dear President Vladimir Putin, I'm so sorry that I was not your mother. If I was your mother, you would have been so loved. I'd have died to protect you from the unjust, the violence, the terror, the uncertainty. I would have died to give you life. On this night, instead of Mother Russia, you would call me. The world would have been warm. So much laughter and joy, and nothing would harm. I can't imagine the stain, the soul-stealing pain that the little boy you must have seen and believed, and the formulation of thought quickly taught. Is this why you now decide no one will get the best of you? Is this why you do not hide nor away shy from taking back the world? Was it because so early in life all that strife racked your little body with fear? I can't imagine how it feels in your heart, but I know if I was your mother, that would be a start towards the awareness of what a powerful being of light you could be if your mind was only free from the violence you've seen when you were just 2 or 3. I cannot believe I was born too late in a different place when I would have loved you so.
Unless you've been living under a rock, you probably have noticed that there is a conflict going on between Russia and Ukraine, and you probably have a lot of questions about it. I know I do. And if you're here in the U.S., there's really, you're asking yourself, what can I really do? What should I focus on in regard to this? And we're going to talk about that today. There is a real conflict going on, a real war, an actual war with air raids and missiles blowing shit up and martial law and people taking up arms and shooting each other. People are dying for real. Families hiding in the subways. Fathers are kissing their children goodbye and putting them on trains out of the country while they go off to fight in the streets. And from what I understand about what's going on, Russia wants to take Ukraine because it doesn't want it to join NATO. Okay? Russia doesn't want NATO countries next to them for some reason. So they're taking Ukraine. And there's other reasons as well, at least from what they're saying, that they think that they might become a nuclear power. They don't want that. They feel that the Ukrainians are committing genocide against Russians, and they're calling them Nazis and all of that. The same old stuff that you've heard before. Now Belarus is getting involved because it's next to Ukraine and Russia as well. They're taking the Russian side. And now officials are saying that they want to get together and talk. I don't know how much it's really going to change the fighting at this stage of the game, but we'll have to see. So do you feel like this is a little uncontrollable from where you are sitting right now, helpless to do anything? Maybe you feel like it's not even our fight, make a comment in the section down below. Let us know what you think. But I feel that when things are so uncontrollable, we need to focus on the things that we can control. And that's the issues that are right here on our own home turf, right? And believe me, the politicians, the media, the celebrities, they are using this conflict as a way to push their agendas, and they're using this conflict as a tool. Okay, Biden's administration is using it as an excuse for sure. They will be using it as an excuse for sure. Ukraine, Russia war, impact on gas, stocks, inflation, U.S. economy. Yep, this will be the go-to. Moving forward, gas and oil prices will rise. Oh, really? Okay. You mean like they have been over the last year? Continued inflation, stock market volatility. What else? Cyber attacks, rising food prices, all of that. This will be the go-to moving forward for the administration. They'll probably, shove a few other things in there, racism and supply chain issues and a lot of other things. They'll blame something. It'll all be this conflict with Ukraine's fault. And so count on that. The media is going to play this 24/7 with threats of World War III. That'll keep you glued to the tube, right? As they bang the drum and keep you focused from paying sponsor to paying sponsor on these news stories. Celebrities are going to use this as a way to self-promote. They always put themselves at the center of anything like this. My heart goes out, but here's my new show that I'm doing. Kind of like what John Cena did here. He said he's got this show the peacemaker. If I could somehow summon the powers of a real life peacemaker, I think this would be a great time to do so. So it sounds like he's concerned about the people of Ukraine, but really, hey, great self-promotion there on the peacemaker. And of course, I played that video from Annalyn McCord, If I Was Your Mother. Sappy stuff, man. And Sean Penn's in Ukraine. He's doing a documentary as well. These actors are always performing, but they're auditioning. Okay, I know it looks narcissistic, but yeah, they got to put themselves in the center of every controversy. But the real narcissist, the true Narcy Award, goes to Joy Behar. This is amazing. I could watch this video over and over again. You got to see this. I'm going to do this the only way I know how, is through the headphones here. So listen.
Estimates are 50,000 Ukrainians will be dead or wounded, and that this is going to start a humanitarian crisis, a refugee crisis in Europe. We're talking about 5 million people that are going to be displaced. I mean,
terrible. It is horrible. It is. She's saying it. She's sending her. You can tell she cares, and she's talking about the Ukrainians and everything. You know, the tragedy of all this, and you know how it's going to play out. And she seems very concerned about the Ukrainian people. But I want you to hear what Joy Behar is concerned with. So
is going to happen.
Well, I'm scared of what's going to happen in Western Europe, too.
Yeah.
You know, you plan a trip, you want to go there, I want to go to Italy for 4 years. I haven't been able to make it because of the pandemic. And now this, you know, it's like, what's going to happen there?
Oh, what will ever happen there? Poor Joy Behar. You know, we got all this death and destruction and mayhem going on, and, you know, people are dying, and, you know, it might ruin her plans abroad, her plans to go to Italy, her Italy trip. She's so oppressed, the oppression of it all. Oh, what can we do? Now, I don't want to beat on her so bad. Listen, if you listen to Joy Behar and you find yourself nodding your head like this, you know what I mean? You need to seek help, truly, okay? But I'm not going to rake on these celebrities too much, because we can take a cue from them, minus the narcissism, minus the ego. And that is, they stay focused on what's important. And in Joy Behar's case, it's Joy Behar, but they keep their eye on the ball, on their, you know, their project, you know, whatever thing that they have going on. Every move that this administration makes is with regard to the next election. They're watching Putin. They're watching this whole conflict, and they're taking notes. Okay. And they will be applying this to the next election in order to retain power. Every word that the press and the media put out, whether it's online or on TV, is to keep you watching and keep you connected to those paying sponsors. Every one of these celebrities that we're talking about here want to use this event to gain attention, to self-promote. And that's how they stay working. I mean, so yes, it does come off cringy, but they're focused during a very distracting time. And I'll be the one to say it. You should as well. You should stay focused as well. Look, it's honestly horrible and disgusting what's going on in Ukraine right now. I don't want to put shade on that. And if you're anywhere but actively in Russia and Ukraine, and you really want to get involved actively, not just be out in the streets hoopla about how you're in support of Ukraine, but you can get involved with groups who are actually helping to evacuate people out of the area. Okay, donate. You can go online and donate to these groups. Okay, but if you are here in a place where you kind of help us to do anything, life does not get put on hold over this. Okay. We don't help anyone by fearfully obsessing over the fact that, it could be World War III. We don't hurt anyone by ignoring that exploitation. We have issues to attend to right here on our own doorstep. We have weak, feckless leadership that is making not just our country, but the whole world more vulnerable, and allows, tyrannical, these dictators to do what they're doing right now. Don't think it's going to stop here. Okay? The exploitive media is going to stay, like I say, beating that drum, keeping us scared, keeping us worried, keeping us concerned. And by all means, do not listen to these clueless, out of touch celebrities that will just cloud your common sense and turn your brains to chicken soup because you are smarter than them. Okay, you are more aware than them. They are pretty much out of touch in most cases. And you shouldn't let these distractions derail your own progress. Okay, you don't let this, and it can very easily disconnect you from your purpose and your spirit, your higher consciousness. Is very important, okay, for creatives and artists and people who are just, working stiffs. Okay, you are all here for a reason to do what it was you were put here to do, whatever that thing is, okay, to fulfill a purpose. I definitely think we should pray for the people of Ukraine. Donate to evacuation groups if you can, and if you so choose, and hope for the best, but get ready and prepare for the worst. But then you got to get your head back in the game right here, and together we can. I do believe through courage, through strength, through focus, we can create a better and brighter tomorrow. I really believe that, guys. And that's the message I have for you today. Subscribe to the channel. If you are on YouTube, go ahead and ring the subscription bell. And I have a Patreon and a Subscribe Star as well. Sign in at midnightamerican.com to become a member of the Night Crew. And that way we can continue to stay in touch in case there's some, deplatforming issues or anything like that. And that's what I got for you today. Thank you guys for being here. And until next time, know yourself better than you know anyone else.